Hey, I wanted to go over a few details about the seat build. There's the seat, it's mounted on the frame. Just a first overview of what I've done and the importance of the changes. This is the stock seat here, and as you can see, as soon as you press it, you hit the bottom. The bottom's right there. The same thing with the sides, they're very, very weak and very thin. So most of the complaints are that this provides no suspension, no protection to the back, and the back gets jolted quite a lot. So this is the seat without the cover. I just pulled the cover off. Here's an example of a cover pulled off. Okay, just a little understanding. The cover has the built-in thermal heaters. Don't mess with those, they're intact. They're connected to this connector. This connector is your heater connector, goes underneath the car. Underneath the seat base. On the driver's side, that's all that's in here is the heater coils. These are the mechanisms to secure the stock seat into the foam. It snaps into these snaps and the Velcro down the side. Because I use a different foam, it doesn't have the Velcro doesn't have these snaps. The snaps I could not rebuild. They are built in when the foam is made in a casting. So that's kind of unique. So the faux cover. Okay, so here's the foam. It seems nice and soft, but it's really soft as some of this lighter. That thumb finger goes to the bottom. That's the problem, primary problem. This is really soft. You can see the thinness of this. There's no protection here from the metal sides, and we're going to talk about that in a second. I'll put that aside. Put the seat aside. Okay, now this is the seat build. As you can see, that it looks normal to look at it, but the wings have a flatter effect. You're actually sitting on foam on top instead of down inside the metal. The metal what I'm talking about is this metal frame, and the way the seat is built. I swapped the foam, put it inside the cover. This is a stock Tesla cover, so it'll have the stock Tesla connector. It also has the seat sensor. This is the person and seat sensor. I passed that sensor down through the foam. I cut a hole and then I put it through the foam block so that this connector is available to reconnect. Back to the seat built. So now that I have the seat, the final product is extremely cush. You cannot find the bottom. There's plenty of foam. Now the other thing is that I don't know another way around it. There is no other fix, but it's higher. So even when you compress it, you might sit up to 2 inches taller in the seat. So you may have to lower the seat or play around with the adjustments. But I did my best to get the seam secured, both sides and down the middles. Okay. So it's very much like stock. It's not identical to stock. Now I had to make some other modifications to make this seat work. So I want to go over that a little bit. So this would be installed. This is a Tesla seat frame. So we're gonna have, when you put it together, you're gonna have to pass that little wire through. This is the wire. This is the seat sensor. See it right there. That's going to reconnect, and then the other wire for the heater, that's going to reconnect. You may have to move wires around a little bit. You don't have to worry about any of the wires. They're for the seat controls and the seat back. I put in extra foam, two blocks here, a block here, and 2 blocks on the sides. If you don't do that, then the problem is that you may not be able to reconnect this to the frame and have it stay. It'll just, when you compress this, if it compresses too easily, this will unhook. This lip is clipped here, clipped on this side. Now I made a couple of modifications because the seat is so much thicker. These back hooks from the seat cover are meant to hook up here, but see the distance, it's really too hard to stretch it. So I put these little wires, I just bent some heavy wire and then I clipped to the wire. So you may have to do that. Now everything can be modified, everything can be customized. It's really up to you and your needs. It's very personal. Let's see, I gotta move this. Okay. What else could I say? Okay. So the clips are these things here. Let me get my fingers out of the way. These things here. These hold the top to the metal frame up under here. And in the front is a similar clip. It's like a slot, which really strange, and this is the back one. Okay, does that make sense? So, get a seat cover again. Okay, this, you can see this a little easier. When you put the seat in, you have to flip this slot to the inside, and it's really tricky. And that slips into the metal frame. These here get clipped onto the springs or the extension wire they put in. And this front one here also, see how this is just a slot? It also flips to the inside and clips on the frame. I do cover all the installation in another video. Now the quality on the seat is quite good. The problem with white is it shows everything. I mean, I did an absolute best to make this, once installed, to make this as smooth as nice looking as possible. I did not try to wash this. I did not treat it. So there's slight discolorations. You have to look for it. I mean, I personally had a hard time finding it. But hopefully this is good enough to the eye. If it solves your problem and you don't like the way it looks, you can always investigate seat covers. I personally put seat covers in my car. My car's over there, the red one. I like red seat covers, they look great. But it's up to you. You paid extra money for the white. So use this and see if it helps solve your problem. Keep in mind that I can modify it further, or you can modify it further. But you have everything here you need to rebuild the seat. Also, as a reminder, I find that my seat, the lower back doesn't fit properly in the seat unless I remove the lumbar support. I have, there is a video out there on that. I can actually explain how to do it. It's not that hard. And I raised the headrest a little bit, and I bent it back a little bit. So let me know if you have any more questions. Thanks.